Jesus said in Matthew chapter 7, verse 24 and following, "Therefore everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house, yet it did not fall, because it had its foundation on the rock. But everyone who hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. The rain came down, and the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it fell with a great crash." Jesus is the only firm and sure foundation. 18 years ago, Sharon and I married, and a year later began planning a house. And our building contractor came over, and he said, "Now, the most important part of your house is your foundation. You can put in cheap cabinets and upgrade later on. You can do cheap flooring and upgrade later, but the foundation must be right." He emphasized the importance of a good, strong, sturdy, well-built foundation. The foundation must be right. If the foundation's not right, many things will go wrong. Have you ever noticed in our little community here in Pike County and Pikeville, anytime they're building a large structure such as a parking garage or a new building at the college, they'll work for a year and a half and you don't see anything much being done? Because all the work's at ground level, isn't it, George? It's foundation. Half the time they spend building that building will be on the foundation. Once they get that done, 18 months later it's up. But they'll work a year or two getting the foundation right. There are foundational principles that are important in all aspects of life. A good work ethic, that's a foundational thing, isn't it? As Christians, we're to be working for Christ and serving Christ. Fred's dad passed away recently, our preacher's dad. He was in his 90s. Fred told me he worked for the same company for over 60 years. And I've heard Fred say this before from the pulpit or teaching, that he got up and went to work every day and never complained about it. Worked till he was 85 years young. And then he retired, had a good work ethic. Work ethic, practicing and working at what we like and what we want to be successful at. That's a foundational principle that's important in all aspects of life. Whether it's sports, whether it's school, whether it's Bible Bowl, whether it's music, whether it's college, whether it's career, whether it's marriage, whatever it is in life, we have to work at it. I was listening to a little pregame the other night, and Philip Haywood was asked about his high school team's practice this past week because they lost the week before. He said, "Well, let's just put it this way. Practice this week was not easy. But I tell my players what I tell any person who's willing to listen. Success in life is hard. It takes hard work to be successful at anything. And this is true when we put our lives in the hands of Jesus. We need to be faithful. We need to pray. We need to study. We need to attend. We need to work at it. We need to build our lives on the foundation of Jesus. The only true and lasting success in life is the success we have through Jesus. A little poem that I've had stuck in my Bible for 40 years. I've never forgotten it. Just one life will soon be past. Only what's done for Christ will last. We must build our lives on the foundation of Jesus. Our young people went out of town yesterday and they had a big old time. Oh, did you have? Oh, yeah, I had fun. Oh, yeah, it was great. Did this, did that. It was fun. And they must think our adults just love stuff like that too. Oh, yeah, we can't wait to get there, man. It's just so great, yeah. Man, I'm excited about it. I won't sleep a wink for a month just thinking about it. No, you know why they do that for you young people? Because they want to teach you to build your lives on the foundation of Jesus and the church and what you do with Jesus and what you do together as a group of young people. They want to teach you foundational principles to live for Jesus. For a life that's not built on the rock of Jesus will never last. And a life that's built on Jesus will never be destroyed. This morning, as we meet around the Lord's table, let's remember that Jesus, who died for us and is resurrected, is our rock. He's our foundation. That's where our lives need to be built.